another. Hey guys, back with another what if. This is I'm sorry it's been so long since that did this. I accidentally resetted my phone, so I had lost everything. So I had to redo everything, even my intro. I had to make it again. Well, this is a new what if. I had this on my mind for a while, to be honest. But this is called What If Issei had a new form before Balance Breaker. And it might be stronger or the same level. It depends how it will go in this video. Well, we're going to basically start off is when Issei was trying to save Azio at that point in time. So, let's begin. While Azio was getting brung up by Issei was basically saying, Azio, you can't leave yet. You can't leave me yet. Like in this version, Issei is not really pervert-ish. Like, he doesn't show it. He would hang out with his friends, but he would not show his pervert nature around the other girls. Even though the girls see it, they respect him for not doing the pervert things he does. And Issei always looks out for certain people who are literally, if someone can't defend themselves, he will help them out in this timeline. So, while Azio will tell him the same thing he said original canon, if I remember the words right. Actually, I'm going to say this. I can't do a girl voice, to be honest. It's so hard. While Azio will say, it's not your fault. You couldn't do anything at this point. And literally touching this man's face. This man is literally crying about this. And literally, she closes her eyes and was gone. Issei, for a minute, literally, his heart stopped for like a minute. Hearing Rainer's voice really shouldn't be done at this point. While Issei was trying to swing on her, he missed, got 2 lead spears to the leg. He is grunting in pain, but more raging than ever. And then she'll begin how weak and pathetic he is. Could even save her. And about the date, they had it. And Issei is livid. I mean, literally deadass livid. Issei looks at Rainer. Rainer looks at Issei's eyes. Issei's eye just went green and turned to slits. And then Issei got up, deadass, mad as hell now, broke the spears without even burning him no more. And this man literally lets out one giant roar that sounds equal to a dragon. From a far distance, Kiba Konako heard a roar, like a dragonish roar. While on the other side, while Rias and Akano was dealing with the other fallen angels, they heard a giant roar and a speck of power. Back to Issei. Issei's power exploded. Instead of green, like an energy wave, like a red aura around Issei will change. Issei's literally body will change physically too. Issei will start getting scales. Hands started to turn into claws. Issei started getting dragon wings. Issei literally hair, deadass, literally hair turns red. And then his teeth sharpens more. And then Issei, after that whole dust spot is over, Issei reveals a new form. A form that even Dragon Albion knew about but never knew existed. But Albion knew his own partner got something different than that. But similar. I'm gonna say this wow. Issei, I'm gonna just keep going and tell you later about it. Issei would literally look at Rainer with just rage. Rage is all, that's it. And she was trying to throw a light spear at this man. She thinks transformation won't do shit. Issei vanish, grabs the spear, speed blitzes, looks at Rainer with her own spear in her face. And Issei says, so, how would you like to die right there? And she was about to say something, and Issei just socks her one time, sends her flying, teleports behind her, smacks her again, hits the floor, throws her own spear. She looks up, tries to direct the spear. Even though it was fast, she directed it, but she didn't even know what was under. She looks down, see Issei smiling with a devilish grin, and socks her again, sends her flying. And Issei is looking at her like, huh, I don't know why I was afraid of you before. Issei's personality is switched. Like, from a kid who cares about his friends to a real different person who wants you to beat the shit out of people. And he blitzes around right there and did, like, if you guys watch Naruto, like the first season, like when Rock Lee was going with the 8 gates, beating the shit out of Gaara. Yeah, imagine that. If you never did, search that up. And then literally just beating right there in circles and circles. And then socks her to the floor. And then literally throws her in the sky and literally said, "This is it, you bitch." I'm sorry if y'all are younger than me or something like that. I had to say that because in this anime, Rainer was a kind of, when I watched it, was kind of a bitch for killing this man. And then, even though too early, but I'm doing the shit anyway my way, this man literally grabs the freaking rings, took it out of Rainer, and literally sends a giant ass dragon shot, killing her. And then delivers her rings back to Ozia. While that was done, this man was just sitting there looking at Ozia with this form on. And after Rias and Akano and Kiba and Konoko showed up at the spot, they see Issei different, feel literally different now. They didn't see the battle, but they saw a giant ass energy wave. And they said, "Issei?" And then Issei looks at them, not mad or nothing like that, but looks broken. And then literally Kiba walked up to the man, hugs this man, even though he doesn't know what Issei's going through. Issei will just hug this man back. And then literally Issei will fall off the form. And then Ozia will get revived. Without Issei even knowing this timeline because he passed out. And once Issei wakes up in his room, he sees Ozia next to him. And he said, "Ozia?" And she looks at him like, "Oh, hi, Issei. How's it been?" And Issei just hugs Ozia and say he promised not to let her down again, but he will be stronger. Well, yeah, that happens basically. While Riaz comes in with the entire Proj, asking Issei what that was. Issei honestly doesn't remember what happened, to be honest. And they explained what happened, not fully, but explained his form. And Drake will actually explain to Issei what really happened. Actually, not really happened, like in the battle happened. And Issei's like, "What was that form then, Drake?" Because this time Drake will actually talk to his partner because this is the first time someone used the power of Dragon Breaker mode. And Issei said, "What the hell is a Dragon Breaker mode?" And he said, "Only Pacific dragons can get this." And even, he will say this early, the white one can use something similar. And Drake will say Issei would had a sword, but he wasn't fully controlled himself, so he couldn't summon his sword. The white one can do the same thing. And basically, I'm gonna say this, like, instead of Juggernaut Drive that causes more power, like kill them, like a noose them, like type of shit. Well, in this version, Juggernaut Drive is like the evolution of Balance Breaker. Basically, without being in Balance Breaker, this man literally is basically the strongest being on the planet if he trains this form. And Trey explained that to the whole group. Issei was like, "Damn, I didn't know it could be that powerful." And Drake was like, "Bruh, how you..." Actually, he said, "Never mind, don't answer that." And now Issei has really a motivation to train now. So Issei literally makes a training schedule and literally gets more buff for it each day. Trains his body each day, waits each day, gets stronger each day, and some long time later he will get Balance Breaker, but he can't activate the Dragon Breaker. I think that's what I called it. Dragon Breaker mode. Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm sorry, guys. I keep forgetting the things I name. And Drake will tell Issei to remember the feeling that he had. And Drake will show him the memories of what happened. So Issei will conjure all that emotions again, and then he will summon it once again. But once he summons it again, he falls out of it. Basically, like take it like how Gohan goes Super Saiyan and he falls out the form. So basically, Issei is like, oh god damn, that's a lot of power. And then Issei will start training the Balance Breaker and the Dragon Breaker mode form each day. So basically, he can stay in Balance Breaker for so long now. It's like a base form for him. Not like really the base form, but like he could just turn on that will without saying Balance Breaker. But the Dragon mode, he only could be in that form for like 7 seconds. I mean, now we're gonna do the original countdown when Issei got his first like when he traded his arm for Balance Breaker, the scale mail basically. So he only has 10 seconds in that form. And Issei is making some good progress, learning his devil magic or draconic magic and getting stronger each day. And then sooner or later, it will get to the point of Issei going home, going to sleep, seeing a summoning circle. And then he sees Riaz. Riaz will ask Issei to take her V card. If y'all get what I mean, for the kids who watch this video, don't worry about it. And then Issei was literally gonna take her V card, but Gravefield stopped them before anything can happen, and then they will go back. I'm gonna say this time, since Issei summoned his 2 most powerful powers now, the person he's gonna fight is already getting stronger by the day. So explaining like that, going to school yesterday, going to school, going to the club room, seeing Riaz next to a guy, and Issei is not happy about that. Not at all. They're basically in a line, basically. While Riser, the guy named Issei heard, was literally touching on Riaz, Issei is slowly losing his power a little bit, just a little bit. And Ozzy is the only one who literally calmed down for a bit. And basically everything will basically go the same way. But this time, when Issei was like basically like he'll take all of them on, like he doesn't really care. He summoned his Riser summoned his pawn. She could handle this man. It's like backfire. This man grabs her staff and breaks it in half. Just like literally just like one word, bitch slap. Bitch slap. He didn't hit her hard, but he sent him flying to the group. And he looks at Riser with dead eyes, like, bro, you want some more or what? And Issei was like Riser was like, you little shit, powering up a little bit. Issei goes, this nigga is strong, but strong in his Balance Breaker. He's strong as that, but not his full power, basically. But Grayfield calls it off and tells them everybody to leave it alone. And basically got that training montage they got in the same thing in the anime. But this time, Issei literally trains himself while Alia gets trained by the group. And Kiba, basically, Issei will actually train with Kiba in learning swordsmanship because he heard a Drake talk about swords. So Issei is learning as he fights with the wooden sword with Kiba. Kiba learning more experience too. So they are going at it with swordsmanship for a while. While Azia was literally like wanting to get strong too, is literally asking Issei, is there a way to make her stronger? And to be helpful to the team, Issei would ask Drake, is there a way to make Ozzy stronger, like physically and mentally? And Drake will give her a specific training regimen, and she will follow these regimens every day, literally pushing her body to a limit almost, not literally similar as Issei, but like half. Like, like boosted gear, like second liberation Issei, like that. When he unlocked it, basically that level, that's what she's at. And she has specific spells to attack, so yeah, he is learning more about her destruction powers. Akano is basically training with Ria's basically. And this is the end of part 1, but I'll let you guys get to the part 2. I know I messed up most of my videos, so I'll probably fix those later. So hope you guys like it and subscribe, and hope you guys will do a lot more things. So peace.